I'm going to do my 25 hours maintenance on this, changing the oil and the transmission fluid and the front end. It's an XP 1000 26 motor. It's ultimate, and I'm going to change all the stuff on it, and change the oil and everything, and the filter. So I'll start draining the oil out now. That plug really comes out of easy. Probably a good thing I'm changing it. It'd be nice if that plug had a magnet on the end of it, but it ain't got one. Oh, nosy. I get all the oil drained out of it. I'm going to drain the transmission too while I'm up and under here. I'll put the plug back in the oil first. And Nosy Rosie. Nosy Rosie, come here. Come here, Rosie. Move back the camera up a little bit. I'm going to let it down some. I got it jacked up and a blocking under the wheel. Take the oil cap off of it. They've changed where you check the oil in and out. It's down in here now, right there. The last one I had, it was sitting back in here. So it took me a little while to find that one there. But that's what they've done to the new ones. I see it's just barely dripping now. I'll put the plug back in. I'm gonna jack it back up so I can change the fluid in, drain the fluid out of the transmission there. I'm gonna put my drain plug back in for the oil so I won't forget about it. And put a new washer on it. This thing got a smaller drain plug in it. I had a 23 and the drain plug was bigger. Anytime you change the oil rim, you're supposed to put a new washer. It comes with the oil kit. Alright, got that done. Now let's back that up and drain the oil out of the transmission. This a bigger plug here. What was in the engine block? I should have loosened the plug in the back of it, but I didn't. I will now. See, the plug for the transmission's got a magnet on it. It's got a little bit of cuttings on it. And that's the reason they want you to change them. Change the fluid out and stuff. But I'll show you right there. See it? Stuff on my finger there, the cuttings. I hope that's all. I hope next time ain't nothing there. I'll let it back down on this here too, make sure everything's drained out. It's all drained out of there now. So we'll put it back in there. These has got torque specs on them, and I'll have to look them up. I don't know what they are right now. I should have looked them up before I started. Didn't do it. I'll have to see what them specs is before I tighten that up. got to get in there now and take the oil filter off of it. I've got an oil filter rinse right there. I'll put it on there and take that filter off. It makes it a little bit easier to get off of there. Lord, they got that thing tight. That last one I had trouble with it leaking. You didn't get it pretty tight. It was a lot tighter than you're supposed to put them. This always does go down on the belly pan down there leaking. And it leaks all over the place. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I will put some rags in that. Oh, it helps some. This filter is just a little bit easier to get to than what the last one I had was. I got it off. Put a little bit of oil on the gasket before I put it back on there. You're supposed to oil them up. That way it'll seal back good. Alright, that's my new filter there, and I got oil all the way around on it there. I need to make sure everything's alright back here too. Yeah, everything feels good there. And that thing pretty tight. I'll tighten it back up pretty good too. Most automobiles you just hand tighten them. After they get tight, you turn them another quarter of a turn and that's it. These things are different. You can't really get in there with your hand very good to tighten them. And I'll check it several times after I get done with it, whenever I'm running it. Just have to reach in there and when it's not running, when it's cold, and see if there's any oil on the bottom of the filter. And so I'll tell you something, I'm going to go right now and I'll check it after I run it a little bit and see if anything's dripping. Now we're ready to put the motor oil in. You buy a kit for it to change it. It's got 2.5 quarts in it. I looked them specs up and it's 10 to 14 pounds. Tighten her down. I got it set on 12. That ought to be close enough. Now we'll start filling the transmission up. It's got to be filled up to the bottom of the drain plug. I got to get my stuff ready here. I've got a pump to pump that in with. I have been using this hose on the old polaris I had, so we'll see how it works on this one. I'll get me a little piece of wire and wire that thing up there so it will stay there, and then I'll start filling it. I bought a gallon this time because this stuff, you buy it by the quart, it's a lot higher. So I used to buy it by the quart all the time. Matter of fact, I've got a quart right here. I don't believe it's full yet. That's me getting close though. Still like some. I believe it might be full, but I'm gonna give it just a little shot more and see. Get my light and check it. Yeah, it's laying right in the threads up and stuff there. Looks good. Ooh. This in here torques the same. Alright, now we're done with the back of it. Got the motor oil changed and the transmission changed. I just like the front of it. And then there's 5 grease fittings, one on the drive shaft, 2 back here on the sway bar, and 2 on the front on the sway bar. The drain plug torques at 11 pounds. I got it set on 12, so 1 more pound ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright, then we'll move to the front. Put the half cord in first, and I'll cut the bottom out of it, make me a finder. I've got one. I've got 2 or 3 here now, all too long. That makes it easier. Whenever I get this done, I'm gonna look them specs up on them transmission plug and the front end up there, so I can torque them back to the right specs. They got O-rings on them. They don't torque them back right, they'll bust the O-ring or do something to it until it start leaking. check the oil in it, and then look them specs up and let you know what's going on there. Alright, we're going to change the fluid in the front end now. That's the fuel plug sitting right back in there. We'll take it out, we'll take the bottom one out. I better take the bottom one out. Drain it all out there. Nothing's coming out real easy too. That's the fuel plug. There comes the drain plug out. This plug's got a bunch of cuttings on it too. That ain't good for 25 hours, I don't think. See that? All silver and stuff. Which is a good thing I'm changing it. If you didn't change it, it'd eat everything up in there after a while. Well, so I remember when this is the third one I owned. I had an 18 and a 23, and I believe they was the same way. But then the next time I changed it, it had just very little bit on it. And then the back, it finally, the transmission in it, the last time I changed it, it didn't have no cuttings in that 23. The front end had a little bit. I think this front end, this holds a half a quarter, maybe not quite a half, if I remember right. I'm telling you, should be flushed out, but I wouldn't know what to flush it out with to be safe. It would be a car rear end or front end or truck. I flush it out with diesel fuel. But you know what kind of seals is in these things? It might eat the seals up if it gets just a little bit of something else in it. We'll let it drain there just at least a little bit more, and it gets down to what this really is dripping. I'll put the plug back in and we'll fill it up. This torque's the same as the back did. It's 10 to 14 pounds. I'll torque it down to 12 pounds. That'll be good. I know them O-rings I got on there wouldn't take very much. Looks like they would have had to fix them where they could put a copper washer on them too. I cleaned that hose out the best I could. I'm going to use some on this in here too. It's a little bit harder to get to. Back my drain pan up just a little bit. Would have been nice if they would have used the same fluid in the transmission and the front end. Well, it's full. It don't take very long to fill it up. Now I'll run it for a little while, or maybe I'll take one trip in it, and then I'll check the fluids in all of it again to make sure everything's good. Make sure there ain't nothing leaking and everything's filled up the way it's supposed to be. I'd rather check it and make sure everything's all right after I run it a little bit. And I would not to check it at all, and something of it be low or something, be leaking a little bit. It really helps if you got a long extension for this here side, this fill plug on this front. It's going now. All right, that's good. We got everything changed.